Hello everyone, welcome to your online class. So today we will be doing our chapter number 18, that is you can go to page number 151. So we have finished till here, so we will start from here. You can see water survey in school. Make 3 groups of students in your class. So this is the activity that is to be done within groups. Okay, that means 3 groups. We have to make 3 groups of students from this class only. So we cannot conduct now. So all the things when all the things will get over and we can do this one group will find out about the arrangement of drinking water in the school. So among the 3 group, the first group, what they have to do is you have to find out. So however the water is, how the water is being managed, that means how the water is arranged, drinking water, okay, whichever water you will get for drinking in the school, how they are arrangement, how from where we are getting the water, you have to find out the thing. So another is the second group will find out the arrangement of toilet in the school. So in the toilet in the school you can see you have toilets. So how is it arranged? Okay, you have to find out the thing. Is it clean or not? The first group also have to make sure that the water which you are all are drinking, whether it is clean or not. Okay, the third group will find out about illness affecting children in the class. So in the class, in your class, like they have to make sure that the third group have to find out that which are the illness, okay, which are the illness that are affecting, which are the illness that is affecting the children in the class. You have to do that thing. Okay, the question given below will help the groups to collect information. So the first group, okay, the first one, you know that you are given the responsibility of finding out how the arrangement of water is done in your school. So you can see the questions here. For these questions are for group 1. Okay, observe and note. Put you can see, where does the water in your school come from? So you have to find out. You can see the here options. In your school, from where do you take water to drink? So that here you can see the options. If there is no tap, matka or hand pump, then how did you get drinking water? You have to write that one. And these are the questions. Is there water in all the taps or hand pumps? Is there any tap which is leaking or dripping? Are all the matkas filled with water, and or are they covered? That also, are the matkas and other water containers cleaned regularly? You have to make sure that also. You have to write, how is water made safe for drinking? That one also. So another is there a long handled uh, ladle to take water from the matka or container? The vessel or the thing which we usually use to take out water from the matka or the some kinds of containers, that is called ladle, long handled ladle. How many ladles are there per container? You also have to write that. Is there we usually don't have that matka, we can see the tap there, so you can write it. Is the place around the drinking water taps or matkas cleaned regularly? You have to make sure that also. And another one is, why do the drinking water places get dirty? You have to write, what can we do to keep this places clean? That one also. So another is, how often? Okay, once a day or once in 2 days, like in 2 days. For once, all these things etc are the containers or matkas and ladles cleaned. How you like, if every day, like once in a day once, or maybe in a 2 day, once in a 2 days, that means within 2 days once. Okay, that thing, who cleans them? So you have to write it. How many children are there in your school? How many taps, matkas or hand pumps are there? Are these sufficient for children? Who cleans the places near the water? Another is, where does the water that is spilled go? You have to write whichever water is spilled on the ground. So where does the water go? You have to write. So another is for group 2. This all are for group 1 till here. So another one is for group 2, that is for toilets. Okay, arrangement of toilets. Observe and you can put take in this in the box and write wherever it is required. What are the toilet arrangement in your school? Built toilets or open area? It's it's obviously built toilet. How many toilets are there? You have to mention it. So another is, are there separate toilets for girls and boys? Yes. Is there water in the toilets? You have to write it. Where does the water come from? The tap, filled containers, has to be brought from home. You have to write it there. Mention it, okay. Is there water for washing hands near the toilets? You have to write. Do you wash your hands after using the toilet? That also. Is there any tap that is leaking or dripping? Are the toilets kept clean? You have to write it. So another is, how many boys and girls are there in your school? You have to mention it, boys and girls separately. How many toilets are there for girls and how many for boys? You have to write. If there are no taps, who brings the water for the toilets? From where does the water have to be brought? You also have to write it. Who keeps the place clean? You have to write it, that one also. So another is, what can be done to keep the toilets clean? You have to write it. What can each of us do for this? That one. Have you seen toilets at bus stands or railway station? How are they different? How are they different from the toilets at home? You have to write it here, because obviously there will be difference, because that toilets are in the at bus stands and railway station, that that toilets are used by so many people, but the toilets which we have in our homes are only used by the people in our homes. So you have to write it, how is it different, okay. So another one is for group 3, that is, what are the illness, okay, what are the illness affecting the children? So you have to write it. Talk with the children in your class and fill the table given below. In the last few months, how many children in the class have suffered from any of this? Like you can see, diarrhea, loose motions. You have to write, like here, how many children are affected, like from last 1 month, okay. Another is vomiting, loose motion and vomiting, yellow urine, yellow or pale skin, and eyes mild, fever, all this, stomach ache and all. Discuss with your children. You have to do it all. Make a report with your findings, whatever you found here, and suggestion. Read your report in the assembly. So this has to be done in the assembly. Put it up on the notice board. After doing all the survey, you have to put all the things in the notice board. So you can go to page number 156. You can see there, children show the way. So you can see here, okay, too little water or no water. So that means so many small amount of water or no water at all. This was nothing new for the people in the Holgundi area of Karnataka. So the people, okay, in the Holgunda area of Karnataka, that means in that area, all the people, okay, they were used to that fact that they sometimes had small amount of water and sometimes they had no water. This was common for them, okay. The wells would have some water only in rainy days, because in rainy days what happens, there will be rainfall. That is why there will be a small amount of some water, that is small amount of water in the wells only during the rainy days. In the past 3 years there was not even enough rain. So in the from past 3 years there was no rainfall, that means not enough rain. That is why there were no water, okay. Everything had dried up there. So in that area, that means Holgundi area, which is in Karnataka, that area, or everything, okay, that means all the wells and all the source of water, or everything had dried up, okay. There was no water for drinking. So the water which they get for drinking, those water were also not there for growing crops or for animals. So as well, not only for drinking, but also for growing crops. That means we use the water for growing crops, and for animals also there was no water left, okay. People had to leave their village and go to nearby towns for some work. That is why they had to, okay, all the villagers or the people from that place, they went to another village or another towns, nearby towns. That means the town which is near from their village, they went there to work. Okay, children had to leave school to go with the elders. So the students were the student which whoever were there, they left the school and they went to the town with their elder parents, like their parents. Okay, the village panchayat was worried. That is why all the people left the village, they abandoned the village and they went to the towns nearby. That is why the village panchayat was very worried. All the members discussed what could be done. So that is why all the village panchayat, that means the members of the village panchayat, they all discussed and they discussed about what they can do. Okay, this panchayat had some special members. So in that panchayat they had special members, children. The children's panchayat was called Bhima Sangha. So this, that means the panchayat, they had special members, that is children. Okay, that means the children's panchayat was called, in that place was called Bhima Sangha. Has our village always had water shortage? The children asked the elders. So in that panchayat they had special members, like different members. So one was children panchayat, so though that was called Bhima Sangha, and the members from that Bhima Sangha, children panchayat, asked the elder peoples that whether they were having any problem. Okay, they were having water shortage. They asked the elder people that whether they were having water shortage every time or not. Okay, they asked the village panchayat people, the elder ones. So no, it was not so before. So the elderly people, they said that no, it's not a common or not so uh, not so before that, but this time only they were they this maybe few days, a few years ago only we are facing that problem. They said some of the elder record that up on the hill there used to be a water tank. So the elder people, they recalled those days where they used to have water tanks in the hills. Okay, and the tank would fill water, the tank would fill the water when it rained. So the tank, okay, which was kept which was there in the hill, that would be filled when there will be rainwater. Okay, they recalled those memories, that means they remembered those memories. There used to be a fish in the tank. So in that tank that was kept, that was which was on the top of the hill, there was also fish also. Okay, fish also, and greenery all around, because as there was lots of water there, because every rainy season they will get rainwater will fill the tank. So there was a fish also, and the green area everywhere all around the place. Okay, those days even the village wells and ponds used to have enough water. Those days they had lots of water, the villagers. Okay, the village people also had lots of water. All the ponds and the water areas will be filled with lots of water. On hearing this, the Bhima Sangha decided that they would first look for the tank. So when they heard, okay, when the children or the members from the Bhima Sangha, that is the children's panchayat, they heard about this, they decided that first we will look for that tank, okay, which was in the hill. The tank was on the hill. So they found that the tank was full of mud and stones now. So when they decided to look for the tank, they went there and they found out that the tank was full of mud and stones now, because there was no water. How could water fill? So they thought, then if the tank is filled with mud and stones, then if it rains also, then how will the tank be filled? Because it is full with, this is filled with, the tank was filled with mud and stones, then how will the water fill? They third, the tank had many cracks, and not only that, the tank, okay, which used to had lots of water during in the rainy seasons also, though that tank was cracked, that means broken also in some places. How could the water remain in the tank? They thought that if the tank is cracked, then all the water will release out from the cracks. So they thought that how can the water be stored there. There were no trees and grass. How could there be the greenery? So all around the tank or the place, that place, all the forest or the all the trees were cut. So how can there be a green area? Okay, they thought. The children said, we must clean the tank and make the area clean green again. So the children, okay, that means the children were showing the way. Okay, the topic is only that the topic only resembles that the children show the way. That means the children, okay, the were showing the way to the clean and green area, okay, earth. So they said that first of all we need to clean this tank, and we need to plant more trees around here to make sure that all the area will again look green and clean. Okay, for this it was important to first understand how things had been before and why they had changed now. This would help them to plan for solving the water problem, and that too not only for 1 year but for the years ahead. So but before that they had to plan. Okay, they had to find out that why there was no trees there, and why the water stopped coming to their places. So they had to first plan the things, and so they had to understand the things, so that they can that will be easier for, so that if they find out all the things, so it will be easier for them to solve the problem. And not only that, they because they are doing all these things not for 1 year but for the years ahead. That means all the years ahead that are yet to come. Okay, not only for 1 year but for the days to come. So that is why they have to first find out the things. So the panchayat took help